Burkwood. Senator Burkwood.
Ah.
At the end of the month. Senator Burkwood, chairman of the Peace Through Strength Committee. He's coming over at the end of the month. He's touring Europe, morale raising. His committee is very concerned about the peace protest movement here. The unilateralists.
You concerned about the unilateralists, too?
I'm concerned to be informed about them. That's my job. It's also my job to make a success of a senator's visit. His real name is Burke Smallwood, his family name. Burke-Smallwood, Burkwood. One of his ancestors was Baron Smallwood of Smallwood Park in Hertfordshire. That's spelled Hertfordshire, by the way. Now, we know that title still exists. Sir Charles Smallwood. You've met him. He's on our guest list.
No, I haven't met him.
Well, I want you to find him for the senator.
Find him?
He hasn't attended our last 3 functions. He doesn't even reply to our invitations anymore.
It's when I see them drink beer. Those huge, sour glasses smelling of urine. Scummy froth. It's so disgusting.
Your neighbor.
The way they blow their noses and underwear on the clothesline. Dreadful language. No, it actually frightens me. They frighten me. They all frighten me. We were made differently, so we get frightened.
You and your sister?
It's kind of a curse. This is our heritage, debts and our disgust. Oh, the world is so disgusting. We inherited a disgusting world.
I tell you, parents owe their children everything, but children don't owe their parents anything. True? Of course it is. So what am I doing? I'm not bucking for promotion. With my cultural background, I deserve Italy, but I'm doing it for my parents.
You parents immigrants?
I don't have any parents.
Well, my parents were the usual immigrant story. They left Sicily in 1922 and came to New York. Spent Christmas on Ellis Island. Never went back. So, by putting in for Italy, I'm living out their fantasy. Maybe I should see a shrink. What do you mean you don't have any parents? Sit down, sit down. My success is the only thing that matters to my parents. They have this fantasy. Jumbo jet, transatlantic flight. The guy in the next seat asks where they're going. And my father says to the guy, "Hey, I'm going to see my son. He's got this job at the American Embassy in Rome. Hey, he's doing all right. Me, I'm putting through school, working nights, working weekends. We going home." The old are very stubborn about their fantasies. I put in for Italy. I speak the language, capiche? You see the assessment guys this week. My family's flexible and portable. I get it. You never met my family, have you?
No, I haven't.
You should. You should spend some time with families. Hey, why don't you come over for Sunday lunch? In England, it's an institution. Sorry, in conference.
I'm canvassing, Vic.
What for what?
The blues. Jazz. You ever heard of Ollie Cooper?
Who? No.
Of course. You know, I forgot I was talking to the Cultural Affairs janitor.
Listen, Mr. Tone Deaf, we have great music in the States. We have Bernstein, Baryshnikov. We have opera, Italian opera. We have the Met. I don't want to hear about some guy playing in some dive in Chicago or Camden Town.
Well, sure, Skidoo. It's a problem. The guy's black.
Ollie Cooper, the trumpeter?
Yeah, he plays around town in clubs.
What's his problem?
He's in a bind. Work permit. Also, he's black.
Union trouble?
That's a home office playing tough. His work permit hasn't been renewed, and I need a string to pull.
I wish I had one, Errol, believe me.
What about Margaret on the trade desk?
Hey, yeah, not bad. If the cultural exterminator says it ain't art, it's got to be trade, and Cooper's here to do business. I like it.
Hey.
I can't help him, honest.
My mother went mad when my father died. But I can't remember her saying anything to anyone after he died. Not a word. Is that possible? She only perked up when she realized she was dying herself a few weeks later. She knew she'd see him again soon, you see. She was certain. And when Father Lefebvre gave her the last rites, she was... oh, like a little girl going to a party.
What about Margaret on the trade desk?
My mother went mad when my father died. But I can't remember her saying anything to anyone after he died. Not a word. Is that possible?
Oh, like a little girl going to a party.
Clapham? He lives in Clapham.
Why is that funny?
The man on the Clapham Omnibus.
Oh, that's a nice ring.
It just means the man in the street. It's a legal term here. In American law, he's called the fair and reasonable man. Didn't you go to law school?
We haven't all had your advantages, Steve.
Death duty. Awful words. Death duty. Awful words. The duty we owe. Duty to dead parents. To death. Dutiful unto death. The house had to go, of course, but they told us we'd still have to find more. Well, there wasn't any. Solicitors grabbed it. And some silly prat in Chambers told us to turn ourselves into a limited company and declare ourselves bankrupt. Silly prat.
You said you felt hunted.
Oh, I still do. I'm trying to get over it, you know, coming to you because you're Scott, you're on the outside, you understand? No, we've been hunted for 4 centuries. Some oafs may think we're establishment. Catholics are like the Jews. Stand-by scapegoats, victims on the hoof. Oh, foxes live with it, why shouldn't we?
It's important. Hold on to that. Foxes is good.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Hello. I was told Sir Charles Smallwood lives here.
Well, I guess not at the moment.
Never heard of it. Sorry. Can you tell me whose house it is then?
God knows.
Wrong? What do you mean, wrong?
There was just some old guy there. I guess he was from the building firm. By the way, Clapham is very yuppie-ish. Man in the Clapham wine bar is more like it. Counted 4.
Well, I think we better go and have words with Wise Owl. Wise Owl, he say Clapham. Oh, our dog's getting out of quarantine today.
Hold that.
Oh, how about Smallwood Park near Hitchin, Hertfordshire?
Hertfordshire.
Oh, I guess Hartford is optional. Well, that's what I've been told anyway. Maybe that's where he lives, the family seat.
Since Henry VIII's break with Rome, it's been their boast that Mass has been celebrated here, either openly or secretly, every single day of those 4 centuries. Now, the gallery was used for exercise in poor weather. Henry VIII certainly visited and perhaps jousted here. It is said that he courted the holy Jane Seymour in his very house.
Hello? Hello. Can you tell me where I might be able to find Sir Charles Smallwood?
Yes, absolutely. There.
Where?
There.
Oh, there.
The 7th baronet. He added about 1,000 acres to the family holdings. He won them gambling at White's.
I was looking, I'm looking for the extent, Sir Charles.
I'm sorry?
The present baronet, Sir Charles Smallwood.
Oh, I see. Oh, Lord, I see what you mean. Oh, well, quite. Yes, of course, that's who you mean, yes. Oh, all right.
Your wife's on the phone. Do you want to speak to her?
No, I don't, as a matter of fact.
Very well.
Ex-wife.
Sorry. It's about your son.
No, thank you. Thank you very much. A man often to be seen in the saddle, my son.
Ah. Sir Charles Smallwood is waiting.
Not too long this time. Get rid of him in half an hour, all right?
Of course. Sir Charles.
Will you wait in here? I'll find the Major.
Thank you.
How much would all this be costing me if I were coming privately?
Fortune.
Got the fortune I didn't inherit. Well, I wouldn't have minded you having it. You know, you said there were no traps. Only those we make for ourselves.
Yes.
I believe it now.
Does that mean you know it to be true?
Yes.
That's good.
I know that I didn't inherit a disgusting world. It was my disgust-colored spectacles. But there's something else. I've never told you this. But you know, I told you that my imagination was distorted, as if I'd been malformed. And you agreed with me. But that's not the truth of it. I felt, actually, as if I'd been born perfect. As if everyone else was malformed. What you have to understand, you see, is that I was very beautiful as a child.
Ah, you're the chap from the American Embassy.
Spencer Savage.
Well, you'll have to follow me around, I'm afraid.
Certainly. I'm looking for Sir Charles Smallwood. Is he in residence?
No, he's not.
Well, can you tell me when he will be?
No, I can't.
Why not?
Because he won't be in residence. He doesn't reside here. This isn't his residence.
Well, whose is it then?
Mine. I'm the only person who resides here. Me and the wife.
Are you a member of the family?
I'm a member of a family. The wife's mostly.
But you're not a member of the Smallwood family then, Major?
No. No.
So none of them lives here now. You're a kind of, what, trustee?
Correct.
We have an important senator coming over here from the States who wants to meet the head of the Smallwood family.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Well, I'm afraid you've come to the wrong place.
I guess that. Do you happen to know where Sir Charles lives now?
No one knows where he lives. You don't want him anyhow.
I don't?
He may hold the title, but he's hardly the head of the family.
Why not?
Flower power. Drop out. Weirdo. Threw this place away to his creditors. No sense of heritage. Appalling bloke. Between you and me. Not here. Thank you. See what I mean?
Yes. Who is head of the family, then?
The bankers. They're cousins. Smallwood and Martineau, they're the important ones. Harry Smallwood. He's your chap. Got a CB. Chairman of Smallwood and Martineau. Now, if he'd inherited this place, it would have been a different matter. Wouldn't have been all these bloody American tourists around for a start.
He is selling himself tonight.
The needler?
Yeah. He's got a string to pull. He's done a tour of duty in the visa section, and they should have some help at the home office.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Ought to do himself some good then. But I told him to keep off the blasphemy. Now, Steve's a born-again Christian.
No.
Yes. He has a new birthday, and his new daddy is Jesus Christ.
Hallelujah.
You really going to Skidoo's tomorrow?
Well, it's my birthday.
And you going to Skidoo's?
You invited me, and there's nothing else to do.
What sort of reason is that? I'd rather stand in the rain all day. What's the matter? Don't you like your own company? You some kind of closet anthropologist or something?
I heard myself saying yes.
This dog cost us $300 airfare and nearly $1,000 in the quarantine kennels. It's been a long haul.
Of course, we usually visited Brucey on weekends. What's so funny?
It's a dog, man. It's a dog, for Christ's sake. It's a cur, you know what I'm saying? The $1,500 dingo. Club class cur. My God, my dog.
Taking good care of your dog. Is that funny? People go to much more trouble for children. I mean, look at all the time and money that's wasted on those embassy kids.
That's a freaky comparison, lady.
But it's a fair comparison.
I've spent whole evenings at the Scudutos listening to stories about Mario's braces. Guess how much they cost the American taxpayer.
$3,000.
And Marietta says the kids still call him Bugs Bunny.
It's only a dog. Name him after Mrs. Springsteen. It's Brucey, Brucey.
Oh, well, long day tomorrow, honey.
Oh, come on, you all aren't going already, are you?
Yeah, we got Well, nice meeting you, Mr. Cooper.
You hated it, man.
Come, Brucey, home time.
Come on, boy.
Bulldog, don't bite me.
My dog has fleas. Man, why do I bother? You know you really blew it in there tonight.
Brucey, Brucey.
Man, why do I bother? I suppose Skidoo means it, too, when he says he hasn't got a string to pull.
Air Force One calling. We have Brucey.
I don't know. I'll talk to him again tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. You're lunching with him, right? Yeah, ask him, would you? But wait till after his third glass of Zinfandel.
And his soul goes barking on.
That's really nice. You didn't have to do that.
Pleasure.
Well, sit down. I'll make some coffee. Where'd you park your car? You could have left it in the driveway.
I came by bus.
Bus?
Take the 19 to Clapham Junction, transfer to the 37.
Bus?
It's a cultural experience, Vic. All London life right there in front of you. You get a folding map, you get an A to Z, the freedom of the conurbation. Dulles Hill, Peckham Rye. No problem. Oh, hello.
Oh, hi, honey. Spencer, meet Marietta.
Nice to meet you, Spencer.
Spencer came by bus. What'd I tell you? Is this guy an original or what? The kids are dying to meet you. They're studying the Dayaks. I told them you were in Malaysia.
Most Dayaks are in Sarawak. I was never there.
You were near enough. God, the things they learn in geography class. Coffee production in Brazil, lumbering in Murmansk, Eskimos on McClintock Channel. Oh, they're not called igloos, by the way. They're called igluvia. English schools are awesome. French, science, Latin, scriptures. No bull sessions, no finger painting, no Little League. Hey, they learn the basics.
Oh, no, thank you. So, they're not going to go to the American school?
Or the state school. No. All three of them are in PL.
Prince's Lodge. It's a prep school.
A really fine one.
I brought home some friends. 8 men for lunch.
The kids are amazing. They're incredibly bright. You won't understand a word they say. You can ask them anything.
Ah, but can you tell them anything?
Sugar. Now sit down. Mario, why aren't you two in the games room with the others?
They're all messing around, and, well, we wanted some peace and quiet.
All right, as long as you're happy. Where'd you put it?
Did I tell you we're going to go live in Italy?
Yeah. Good designers, the Italians.
I just wrote a poem. You think that's a waste of time?
No, that's marvelous.
Only I could say I wrote a poem and made it sound like I just flushed the canary down the toilet.
Do you write many poems, or was that the first one? I've always loved poetry.
I got the idea at Kennedy Airport. You know those signs above the escalators telling you about the restrooms and the gates and all that? Men, women, telephones, that's what it's called.
Men, women, telephones. It's nice. It's got drama.
You won't like this poem. It's a woman's poem.
Oh, I like women's poetry. Emily Dickinson, Emily Bronte.
Customs, refreshments, handicapped exit, concourse to ground transportation. Signs can be poetry. I could write a book. Men do. Why shouldn't women?
Women do. Willa Cather, Catherine Mansfield.
Always putting me down.
Who do you mean?
Vic.
Vic's always putting you down?
Constantly. That's why I wrote my poem. And the others. Restrooms, women and handicapped. Customs and children. Based on the sign, which is usually a little boy, you'll note, like a stencil. You know he's running. I think there's more honest pain in that one. You're laughing at me.
No, I'm not.
You're just like Vic.
No, I'm not.
I know your type.
You hardly know me.
Judgmental. You think I'm wasting my time. You think your work at the embassy's so goddamned important there's going to be World War III if you're late for work or if you miss a party. You're probably like my father. He used to say that education was wasted on a girl. And if you think that's irresponsible, you should get to know some of the embassy parents. Vic's theory is that children owe their parents nothing. You treat this place like a hotel. Vic's father used to say that. Family homes are exactly like hotels.
Hey, I'm glad to see you two are hitting it off so well.
My father was born in Malaysia. My uncle still has a tea estate there. Thousands of workers. Indians, mostly.
They grow a lot of tea in Malaysia.
Jocker's father shot a tiger out there once.
Yeah, we've got the skin on the wall of our billiard room. My father shot him right in the eye. That's why there aren't any bullet holes in the skin.
My father was born in India. They've got more tigers in India than they know what to do with, but they've been wiped out in Malaysia. Jocko's father probably killed the last one. My parents say that blood sports are vandalism.
You've been to India, haven't you, Dad?
Lots of times. We had a facility right over the border when I was in Pakistan. I used to pop over all the time. Now then, who's coming on this walk?
We're so lucky to have the park right around the corner.
Who's coming on this expedition? Hey, Spencer, you don't have to go right after lunch, do you?
No, I'll stay. I think these guys are fascinating.
Hey, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, we went out to Hong Kong last summer for a holiday.
They're going to give Hong Kong back to the Chinks.
I don't know why. It was full of Indians.
People are leaving in droves, even the Chinese.
The bit we were in.
Indians are arrogant, and most of them lie worse. And that little Git Norris in Form 2.
Why should kids owe their parents anything? They didn't ask to be born. People tell their kids, you treat this place like a hotel. But that's exactly what it is. They're just in transit. Okay, you don't agree. You don't have kids.
No, I agree. It's just I had this happy hotel-type childhood. I didn't have any parents who were killed when I was 5. I had a trust fund from the insurance money. It's like inheriting a title early, like being privileged.
Parents are the problem. I guess they'll give me some sort of binational center in Florence or Palermo, or maybe a PAO in Rome. You know, when we get to Italy, I think Marietta's poetry is really going to take off. She needs inspiration. And me encouraging her is good, but... I think the assessment officers were impressed.
You've done the assessment?
Sure, I thought I told you. I threw the place open to them.
To the assessment officers?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, they spent the day with the family, like you're doing, with Marietta and the kids. I wanted to show them what cultural enrichment really means.
The trouble with England's too many coloured people, especially Indians.
Too many Scotsmen's what I say. Send them back to their rotten cave dwelling. Oh, crikey, I'm sorry. I hope you're not Scottish.
Scottish?
They're Italian. Scadito's an Italian name.
Smart kid. They have this fantastic awareness about language.
Our maid's Italian.
We've got 2. Spanish. You can hear the martyrs at night. Or Spaniards argue after work.
We're not Italian, we're American. We've got a huge house in Silver Springs, Maryland. How does that make us Italian?
When we were in Jamaica, the colored people gobbed on our car on the way from the airport.
Tony, cut it out or you're gonna get it.
You know, my mother says it's not that they can't find jobs, they just don't want to work.
Some of these people make a hell of a lot on the
Come on around here, guys.
More than we pay our maid.
If you have masses of children, you can make a fortune on the dole.
Some of the Asians work hard. They take the jobs the English people won't do. Ever seen them at Heathrow? They're the ones who clean the bogs.
Oh, shut up.
I'm going to Marlborough. My grandfather gave them a library.
American schools are rubbish.
Tony.
Well, you know they stink, Dad. The kids carrying knives, they take drugs, no discipline. Half the teachers can't even read.
Flipping Nora.
They smoke hash in the bars.
Toilets.
The teachers get the girls pregnant.
Gordon Bennett.
Just because you like English schools doesn't mean you have to run down American ones.
American schools are brilliant at sport. I've been to America lots of times.
We never go to America. We prefer it here.
You're American, though, aren't you?
I don't feel American.
I think I'll put the kids in the American school in Rome. You don't have to tell me they need it. I know. A job like ours can be hell on a family. You have no idea. That poetry she writes is terrible, isn't it? No. It's crap. She writes that junk just to put me down. She's angry. She's an angry parent. She bottles it up. My mother never bottled it up. My mother bottled tomatoes. Marietta needs inspiration. She needs Italy.
People talk about teaching their children, but the truth is, Spencer, that children teach their parents. They kind of raise us and help us to grow up. If it weren't for my boys, I'd never taken up poetry. Just watching a human personality grow and enrich and develop and take flight is poetry in itself. You just have to listen and learn and take to heart what your children have to offer, that's all. Poor Spencer, you're so alone, aren't you?
I'd like to help Errol's trumpeter friend, believe me. Errol's one of the guys I admire in our outfit. But what can I do? I mean, this guy Cooper's been busted twice. Okay, he can play the trumpet like Dizzy Gillespie. But Dizzy Gillespie gets a red carpet because he's clean.
Is Cooper into dope?
Most of these guys are into dope. And he should try to get the festival hall if he's a class act. Not some dump, some strip joint in Soho. I mean, that'd help. Hey, honey, where's the lemon?
Go and get it yourself!
I hope Marietta's headache.
Hey, listen, Spencer, you don't have to go yet. I mean, it's only 8 o'clock.
I have to get to Clapham.
My God, Spencer, the places you get to.
Well, thanks. Memorable day. Happy birthday.
But Harry Smallwood isn't the one with the title. Burkwood can meet bankers any day of the week.
So Charles is a dropout.
I don't buy that, Spencer. He's been to our functions. We don't invite hobos to the residence.
No one remembers him.
They do. I do. He wore an odd kind of dress coat that looked like it belonged to his grandfather.
Chaplin's tramp dressed in one of those.
Spencer, I want you to find him
and prove yourself wrong.
Okay, Coach.
Sir Charles Small. No admittance on business. Personal call. You'd better come in.
Thank you. I hope I'm not intruding.
It is rather awkward, actually, you're coming unannounced. Will you have a sherry?
Yes, I'd love one.
Just a sherry.
I know it's awful my dropping in like this. Forgive me, but this was the only address I had.
It's the only address I have. At it again.
Didn't you do anything about it?
No. Nor the music. I've tried with music.
I don't think I could stand it.
Oh, you could if you had no choice. What was it you wanted?
I wanted to speak to Sir Charles Smallwood.
Yes. I suppose you want me to explain.
I'm afraid Mr. Green won't be able to see you this afternoon. The same time next week? Yes, of course. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. I've cancelled everything.
Thank you. You can go home now.
Then I found a doctor. Alistair Cahoon. The Honourable Alistair Cahoon. He's National Health, actually, so he doesn't put it on his plate. I think he saved me. He encouraged me to go to parties. But the only real clothes I have, my school uniform from Eton. Well, very few parties a bloke can go to in white-tie tails. So I used to carry an empty violin case round with me. I thought, well, he seemed perfect when I first met him, a lovely, noble face. I felt safe with him.
Your neighbours?
They're working class.
I don't understand.
I hate them. I know that's not acceptable, but I can't help it. I've never said these things before to anyone.
I've never heard them before.
Perhaps they don't matter.
Of course they...
What do psychiatrists do with what you tell them? And do they take it home and worry about it? I'm a lot better now, you know. I feel I've handed it over to him. Yes, I've taken huge strides. I used to be a bit of a mess.
I've never heard these things before. None of them. I mean, nothing. None of them. never occurred to me. People had always seemed worthy of compassion, even the foulest, the most boring. The gulf which separated such people from oneself seemed to be a measure of one's responsibility. You showed me how all this is nonsense. You liberated me from the vice of caring. You're quite right, of course. The world is disgusting. A disgusting world, a disgusting state, a filthy, scummy hole. Cess. Cess. Cessation. The sensation of cess into the pit. Cessation.
I wanted to kill myself before I met him, but he's taken all that away. I'm not queer, you know, but I do feel a kind of love for him. Anyway, now you've found me, what is it you want?
We have a senator coming over. He's related to you 3 generations back. You're the head of the family. He wants to meet you.
What? But you look like a spy. And I thought you'd... Oh, I don't know, I don't think so. I mean, look at it. And look at me. Like it or not, this is what I am. I always thought you lot had got it wrong, you know. I'm sure it was my cousin Henry you really wanted. I've never accomplished anything in my life.
So you don't want to meet the senator?
No, I won't do that, I'm afraid. I would feel such a prat, frankly.
Spencer, have you checked the Queen's birthday honors list yet?
Just doing it now.
Good. And Sir Charles Smallwood?
Working on it, Coach.
Morning, Coach. Hello, Errol. I'm looking for a result here, Spencer.
What result?
Senator Burkwood wants to meet the title bit of his family.
So what's the problem?
Baron Smallwood is downwardly mobile. He lives on dog food in an attic.
Dog food? Are you serious?
It's on his shelves, alongside the evaporated milk, and he has no dog.
And Brucey lives on fillet steak in a penthouse.
Point is, he's only in the dump under sufferance. He's been given it while the house is being redeveloped.
Why?
So the developer can get the name Sir Charles on his headed notepaper. Anyway, he won't agree to meet with Burkwood.
Oh, one would feel such a prat, frankly.
So what are you going to do?
I don't know.
How was your birthday?
My God! They've given the guy a K.
A what?
A K, a knighthood, to go with a CB. The cousin Henry, good old Sir Henry. Burkwood will meet him instead.
I told you he wouldn't be a hobo. These banking families stick together. Thanks, Judy. Too bad about the ancestral home. Burkwood would have loved it. It's a real pity Sir Charles gave it to the nation. Still...
Sir Henry, Coach.
What?
His name's Sir Henry.
Sir Henry?
Yeah, these aristocrats are too polite for their own good. All this time we've been introducing him as Sir Charles. His name's really Sir Henry. Incredible. Computer got it wrong.
That's bad, Spencer.
I put it right.
Good. By the way, I think you should know, Vic didn't get Italy.
He bought Sir Henry?
Yes, he bought Sir Henry.
You'll never believe what happened to Ollie Cooper.
What?
You know Steve Needler's a born-again do-gooder?
You told me.
Ollie laughing at him was the best thing that could have happened. Steve feels obliged to help him now, you know, turning the other cheek and all that other garbage.
Ollie must be pleased.
Well, I guess he would have been, except he split to Amsterdam. Steve's very frustrated. He wanted to heap his coals of fire, and now his kebab skipped town. In fact, he's furious.
Thank you, Francine.
You all right?
Okay, wide receiver, let's huddle. Red right, 22 on 4.
How about a drink?
There's more from the London Embassy at the same time next week when someone's political skills are certainly stretched to breaking point. That's next Wednesday evening at 9 o'clock.